Ladies and gentlemen, why can't we have nice things in gaming? Well, we're about to tell you why on That Game Place.
Hi, folks, it's CC here with That Game Place, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Stone Cold Loki. How you doing today, Loki?
Doing good. How you doing, Culture?
I'm fantastic, and I'm really, I'm not excited to tell people the story. I'm kind of mad, a lot frustrated, maybe angry. I think that's one of the reasons why you did the intro today is, you sound mad a lot. So I thank you. Let's just jump into it. Look, GTA 5 was a great game. I really enjoyed playing it. Did you like it?
I loved it. I thought it was a great game. I wanted more. We all wanted more.
That's right. And we asked for more, especially those of us who are solo players, who don't dive into the online product because, that was something they were experimenting with GTA 5 was an expanded online offering where people could go play GTA Online. And here's the problem with that, Loki. Do you know what the problem was?
Money.
That's right. They were making a lot of money. Now, we are going to be very careful reading through this story. There are going to be words we're not going to say. And if we do accidentally say them, they're probably going to get bleeped out. Speaking of bleeping, let's jump into the story real quickly. Here we go. GTA 5's kickin' story DLC was scrapped because GTA Online was so much of a cash cow. That's according to an ex-Rockstar developer. Are you surprised, Loki?
Not surprised at all. With all the money they made from GTA Online, they're like, no, we're not going to do a DLC because we're making too much money off of the online portion of the game. We're never going to go back and touch GTA single player experience again.
Yeah, well, that's all your fault because you made them successful, you dirty online players. Nah, it's not really that. It's that we were ready for it. And according to this dev, it was really, really good. You see, a former Rockstar developer has said that the company canceled a standalone Grand Theft Auto 5 DLC because of GTA Online. Joe Rubino was a senior camera artist and virtual cinematographer working at Rockstar in their New York office from 2010 to 2016. That's a nice 6-year career. And he spoke to the Sanin Play, I don't know what that is, but okay, channel on YouTube about why this much rumored GTA 5 story DLC fell by the wayside after GTA came out in September 2013. Now, mind you, that's a decade ago, right? Somewhere in a decade, I think you'd be able to fit in this great campaign idea. What do you think, Loki?
How many versions of this game did they have? They had the Xbox, 360, they had the Xbox One, they had the Xbox One X Scorpion multiplayer edition, they had PS5, they had Xbox Series. They've had like 5 different versions of this game. At some point, they could have threw in a DLC for us.
I almost feel like this game may have been playable on a PS3, but I know for sure it was the PS4 and the PS5. And you know what? There may be, I don't know, like a port for Switch. Probably not. But I'm just saying, this game has been on everything, and they couldn't, in all that porting, figure out how to maybe give us something new. But anyway, to continue on, a lot of the team went to do Red Dead Redemption 2 right away. And I took on this other project that was a standalone DLC for GTA that never came out, and it was awesome. That was my thing. It was one of the main, I was one of the main editors, camera artists, and on-stage stuff. We split our teams into 2. I stayed on GTA Online and then this DLC, which Stephen Ogg, the actor who played Trevor Phillips, was a very important part of. So I have to tell you, Trevor Phillips' actor was great. Everything he did was spectacular. I loved his portrayal of the character. It was amazing, right? Mr. Stephen Ogg. But anyway, and then some of the team overlapped and went to do Red Dead Redemption 2 early on. And then we just kind of did this, and he did some kind of flipping motion. Because when the game got shelved, we spent so much money. A lot of the stuff, though, did end up making it, I believe, into later iterations of GTA Online. I think. So it's not like it was wasted. It was really, really good, but the GTA Online came out. It was so much of a cash cow and people were loving it so much, it was hard to make an argument that a standalone DLC would outcompete that. Loki, let me ask you, Would a standalone DLC for GTA 5 be able to compete with the online game? Would enough people buy it?
Everybody who bought Grand Theft Auto 5 would have went nuts over a single player DLC. They all would have played it. They all would have bought it. You had plenty of people playing GTA Online that would have bought it just to see what happened. The OG players had been playing this game for a decade, would have bought it to get increased housing, new weapons, new vehicles, new missions. That is it too much to ask to have some single player content sprinkled in, some extra stuff with the online portions of the game? I don't think it's too much to ask.
I don't think it is either. And there was so much open map. It would not have been that hard to add some things here and there and not interfere with the game whatsoever, incorporating storylines and, you know, some, what do they call them? Friends and freaks or whatever they are along the way. So, but let's continue on because we've got more to the story and I want people to get some of the details here. I think you guys deserve that. So fans have had snippets of information about GTA 5's fabled story DLC over the years. Indeed, Stephen Ogg has spoken about it and what would have been involved. Trevor was going to be undercover. He was going to be working with the feds. That would have been interesting. We did shoot some of the stuff with James Bond Trevor, where he's kind of like a crack up, I'm going to say. But he's doing his best. Then it just disappeared. They never did it. They never followed up on it. Now, GTA data miners have discovered a reference to Trevor with a jetpack, which suggested story mode DLC was repurposed into GTA Online, as Rubino says. In 2018, Rockstar finally unveiled GTA Online's heist missions, we'll say, alongside the thruster, a jetpack that's still exclusive to the multiplayer mode to this day. Rockstar is now focused on getting GTA 6 ready for its fall 2025 release window. There are a number of questions that fans have of Rockstar's plans, including whether GTA 6 will, unlike GTA 5, receive story DLC, and what happens to the current version of GTA Online when GTA 6 inevitably introduces its own version. You know what? That's a good question, Loki. What do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going to scrap it and make you start all over from scratch.
Wow. Really? Like all that shark card money, they're going to like come up with something different?
All that shark card money, it'll be something new. They've got to find some way to fill the coffers back up after making all that money on GTA Online for GTA 5.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, I guess in the same interview, Rubino discussed the well-documented crunch and secrecy Rockstar staff endured while working on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. We got probably halfway through it, and we put a pause on it, he said, talking about the DLC for GTA 5. I was also doing GTA Online at the time, and I was also doing Red Dead Redemption 2. We all were. We worked a lot, man. For 6 or 7 years, I was working almost 365 days a year with our team. And, of course, they go on to attack Rockstar for crunch and everything else. But I want to ask you a question, Loki, as I scroll back to the top of the story here. Wouldn't it have been awesome to play with like jetpacks and stuff, like add another dimension to gameplay? Because I mean, you could fly a plane, you could fly a helicopter, you could, I think you could even steal a fighter jet at one point, but you also could bail out of them and parachute. But wouldn't it have been cool to have like a little for like a bank heist mission? Wouldn't it have been great to have a jetpack or something?
Oh, everybody, as soon as you put the jetpack on, you'd be singing the James dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Visions of Sean Connery launching with the jetpack. It would have been great. It would have been absolutely great. And the fact that we never got it because the online portion was making too much money. This is what we get. We don't want to focus at all on DLC. We don't want to focus on story elements at all. We don't want to focus on stuff with the single player. We just want to keep that cash machine flowing and making those sweet, sweet online bucks from the shark cards.
Speaking of which, do you think that ultimately the shark cards, the monthly revenue that they got off of a game that originally started off as free for the online, if I'm not mistaken, do you think really that was the only reason that we didn't get a DLC for GTA 5?
I think it is. I think they threw everything they had in the online portion to keep people interested, to keep that money flowing, and they sacrificed everything else so that that would be the hot money maker, and they could keep that money flowing.
Now, Loki, I can say this and you can say this, but I think this game, this addition to the game, the DLC would have been incredibly popular. So I'm going to ask you a question, then I'm going to ask our audience. Loki, what would you have paid for GTA 5 DLC?
Easily $39.95. I'd have paid $40. $40
Wow.
for an add-on. A lot of DLCs are anywhere from 10, 20, sometimes $29.99. Elden Ring just came out with a $40 DLC and it's selling gangbucks. So we could have totally got a GTA 5 DLC for $40. I'd have paid it.
All right. And I think I probably would have too, because again, we've been seeing lots of hours added to gameplay, lots of features, and I think it would have been a lot of fun. But it's not important what we think, it's what do you think? Do you think that we should have gotten this DLC? What would you have paid for it? And are you even excited to play GTA 6, knowing that there are some rumors out there that maybe there's some message in it? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, from us here at That Game Place, game on.